So company towns are back, and this one is actually located in Walmartville, Arkansas. Sorry, I mean Bentonville. But it should really just be Walmart, Arkansas at this point, because they just opened their brand new headquarters. And when I say headquarters, what I actually mean is a 350-acre corporate utopia that could pass for a company town. And you know what they built it for? You guessed it, to get people back in the office.
This 350-acre campus is the site of Walmart's new headquarters.
350 acres is just a number, but let me make that more realistic. 350 acres is about 265 football fields. It's bigger than Disneyland in California. If you laid out average Walmart supercenters side by side, you could fit 257 of them. You've got 12 office buildings, a child care center, bike trails, yoga, cryotherapy rooms, meditation gardens, rooftop lounges, 12 different restaurants, and of course, pickleball courts. Right next to the place you'll spend most of your waking life.
Why go home when you can have it all right here at Walmart?
A huge bet on in-person work. This home base is a big tool for talent attraction as well. And it's all taking shape here in Bentonville, Arkansas.
The ability to recruit talent is so much easier now that we have built our campus. People really have the desire to come together.
With over $600 billion in annual revenue and 1.6 million U.S. employees, Walmart is both the nation's largest company and its largest private employer. But it's also faced a lot of questions over its labor practices, store wages, and whether it can compete with Amazon. Now, the company is turning inward, investing heavily in an amenity-packed headquarters meant to attract top-tier talent.
This is really going to bring top talent in, for sure. A pool and a basketball court. Oh, look. A pad on the floor. You can't do that anywhere else.
Headquarters meant to attract top-tier talent and reshape its corporate culture. This sprawling new campus includes 12 office buildings, workout facilities, 2 miles of bike trails, a child care center, and even a hotel. The facilities opened officially in January, but the rollout will continue in phases throughout 2025.
So this is our campus welcome center. It's got our first original Walmart sign, kind of sized to the very early Walmart stores for the company.
Walmart's roots run deep in northwest Arkansas, where Sam Walton opened the first store in 1962. Since then, the region has been the heart and soul of the retail giant.
When the company and the board said we're going to invest in a new place to work, it was really easy for us to decide we're staying in Bentonville. It's a place that built us.
In the last 10 years, quite a few large companies have inaugurated new headquarters. Was there anything out there, common mistake that you said, you can learn from others in advance? Was there anything that you said, okay, well, let's avoid that?
So other campuses that were doing larger urban settings, or maybe sort of had the luxury of being walled off from their community, we knew we didn't want to be that. We knew that the lines between work and life continue to blur, and
I love, there you go, right there. We knew that the lines between work and life continued to blur, so we just decided to splurt entirely. Work, life, it's all the same. Why ever leave, huh? Pickleball? Anyone?
And great company campuses can be very productive spaces and stay alive in the evenings and the weekends.
They're more productive spaces, and it stays alive in the evenings and weekends, so that sounds like people not leaving work, and there is no work-life balance. It's all there. Everything. You never need to leave, have any separation at all. And that's the entire problem with this company town, is that you stop leaving work at work in any meaningful sense. At least remotely, you can close the laptop. When a company has a giant corporate town like this, or a campus like this, you're more likely to feel guilty for leaving or setting boundaries, because everything there is designed to keep you comfortable. Activities that used to give you separation, grabbing dinner, hitting the gym, commuting home even, now all of that happens inside of a nice little corporate bubble. These are not office upgrades. This is strategic entanglement. If you really cared about Walmart, what we're doing here, and the mission, you just stay a little longer. I mean, is there anything you need that you can't get here? It's really creepy. Now late night working sessions become normalized because it's comfortable. So now overtime or staying late stops being a choice and becomes the cultural norm. And when you're on a salary, there's no overtime pay. So they're just gonna keep you there as long as you can and get as much out of you as they can.
Great company campuses can be very productive spaces and stay alive in the evenings and the weekends. So for us, we knew that we didn't want to kind of single ourselves away. In fact, we went all the way in the other direction, and we've really tried to make it feel like this campus is great for Walmart. This is a great example of a bike garden, so these are at every entry.
They have a bike garden. Wow.
Our aspiration is to get 10% of our associates actively commuting through alternate ways.
That focus on merging Walmart and Bentonville has helped define the look and feel of the campus. But it's not just changing Walmart, it's transforming Bentonville. Since 2020, the county population...
Bentonville, AK. That's not Arkansas, that's Alaska.
The county population has increased by 13%, and the average home price has gone up over 70%, And it's not just
So the Walmart campus might have all these perks, games and activities that you can do, but since Bentonville is basically Walmart now, they end up pushing other people out, and then the town becomes economically dependent on the company headquarters being there. And since 2020, home prices have gone up 70% and water costs have doubled. So the company's driving growth in the town, but they're also raising the cost of living for everyone. And essentially the company effectively owns the environment.
Since 2020, the county population has increased by 13%, and the average home price has gone up over 70%. And it's not just home prices. Residents are seeing an increase in property taxes and the cost of water doubling. And as the Waltons continue to announce new investments, there are no signs of Northwest Arkansas seeing a slowdown in growth. So I want to connect this a little bit to Bentonville. Bentonville, I was shocked when I took my taxi and saw population 54,000, whatever it is, and it was pretty sleepy not long ago. It's not a metropolis yet, but is it part of that idea that people can come to Bentonville and have a lot of the amenities that they would find in a Seattle or in a New York City?
Yeah, I would argue it's even better than Seattle or other places, because the sentiment that we hear from the recruiting side is that this is a town where people feel like it has that small town feel. It does really feel like you're coming into a community, but it does have access to a lot of the larger city amenities, right? If you look at, our beautiful healthcare center, the beautiful green space we have, access to great restaurants, culture, museums, it really does have it all, if you will.
That's right, they even have a museum for Walmart. And it's kind of weird. It's like they're putting Sam Walton up on this pedestal. I'm not exaggerating. They even have like an Obi-Wan Kenobi type hologram that you can talk to.
Sam Walton.
For decades, Walmart's focus was outward, pouring billions into logistics, supply chain infrastructure, and international expansion. It was all part of a race to stay ahead of rivals like Amazon, whose dominance in e-commerce has reshaped how Americans shop.
There's one video here where they show some of the inside of the museum, where they have some of Sam Walton's old stuff, and it's all locked behind this huge door like it's some new Egyptian pharaoh they just discovered with all this gold around it.
Kurt Templeton joins us as the director of the Walmart Museum. Kurt, this is amazing. Thank you for allowing Downtown Now to come in and be a part of the archives here.
We're going through an amazing restoration project. We're so excited to bring that to life back on the square. We've got some really cool stuff up here we want to show you. That's the original 5.
From the 5 and dime. Off of Main.
If you're gonna work a corporate job, you might as well have this guy's job at the Walmart Museum, where you can just do the fun stuff and restore things and look at old artifacts. But it's just crazy to me, the amount of money they're probably spending on a museum to Sam Walton.
70 plus years ago, Mr. Sam always said our people make the difference. And that's what our museum is for. It's for our associates, it's for the community, it's for people coming to visit.
All right, before we leave this location, you did promise that we could do something that not a lot of people get to do.
Let's go behind the door.
As Downtown Now is taking us inside the archive. I can't even get in yet. Kirk's got a beat.
All right, I got a badge. All right, here you go.
All right, this is awesome.
This is where we store things for safekeeping. This is where everything's behind double and triple locked and climate controlled and all that. But we can't wait to bring all this back exactly as it was, only just a little bit better.
So I heard a little rumor
that
there were some things that have been recently found in the truck that we just walked over there. So kind of walk me through what we saw.
So our head archivist and corporate historian, Nick Graves, was in the truck. He was dusting. He'd reached under the glove box, and he found one of Mr. Sam's screwdrivers. He found a key. We think this might have been a spare key to Miss Helen's Chrysler. We found a note here. This is James's jacket.
Do we think this is Mr. Sam wrote this?
I'm not a handwriting expert yet.
We're gonna say he did.
But I bet Nick could confirm. We have an international restaurant that Mr. Sam or somebody who hunted with him had been to.
Wow.
And this job every day is you discover something.
Yeah.
They scanned their card, they went in, and we saw things that legitimately were sitting on Mr. Sam's desk so many years ago. So cool.
How does this matter to anyone that just wants to have a job and pay their bills, Like, who's buying into this that deep?
Companies, I think historically, you've seen around the country, sometimes build their corporate campuses that's almost walled off from the community and protected from the community. And what this one will be, and what this new home office experience is going to be very integrated into the community.
So that's the thing that's different about the Walmart campus, is that other campuses like the Google campus or Apple, Facebook, a lot of those sorts of campuses, you can't just walk on. But at the Walmart campus, it's integrated into the community. Now, if that's not a company town, I don't know what is. I guess we're just missing script, right? But who really needs that when the prices of everything are just doubling? Basically the same thing as having script. Now, there's this other video from CNBC called Why Young Americans Are Flocking to Walmart's Hometown in Arkansas. And honestly, this just seems more like an ad, a recruitment ad for Walmart.
The new site, expected to accommodate more than 15,000 employees, will include 12 office buildings, a hotel, and a daycare. And it's not just Walmart's headquarters that is getting a makeover. Bentonville is booming.
Tell us a little bit about Bentonville and who lives here.
So you're going to have a lot of corporate office folks that are coming to work with Walmart or Tyson or J.B. Hunt. The median income here is $99,000, which is 25% higher than the U.S. average.
What about the price of everything going up because they moved in, and the people who don't work for those companies can no longer live?
But locals say growth has led to some unintended consequences.
10 years ago, we had 14 homes that sold over $1 million. Last year, 2023, we had 244 over $1 million. It's a big change.
I'd say in the last 10 to 15 years, it's just exploded.
In addition to cutting hundreds of corporate jobs, Walmart is transferring many of its workers from Dallas, Atlanta, and Toronto to Bentonville. Those newcomers will join other transplants like Tracy Robinson, who moved from Miami to Bentonville for a job at Walmart.
Where is this? Is this little rooftop terrace at work, or is this like an apartment?
Kind of poo-pooed the idea of working at Walmart when I came across the job posting, because I thought never in a million years would I move to Arkansas.
The town's newly minted hip status could help Walmart poach talent from coastal cities and the tech sector. But can it hold on to its southern charm and character? CNBC went to Bentonville, Arkansas to find out.
What did you have in your head when you imagined Bentonville or living in Arkansas?
I had this vision of a really poor rural community, maybe a little backwards and a little conservative.
See, this is just straight up like a recruitment ad. Oh, I thought they were just a bunch of hillbillies, but then I moved here and I was proven wrong. Don't you want to come here too?
Today, the 36-year-old lives with her dog Stanley and works in Walmart's baby division as the director of sourcing for private brands.
Where we are today is kind of everything that I would have imagined of the ideal town or place or community that I would want to live in. I can walk to work, I can bike to work, I can walk to downtown on the weekends and go to the farmer's market.
Robinson says during her short time in Bentonville, she's witnessed some of the town's transformation.
So while it might not be the big metropolis, of a New York or other places, it really has the best of both worlds.
So from your point of view, what is it about the facilities that fosters the culture and interaction? Because, a physical space is a physical space, and there has to be, you can't just say, okay, all of you go work in these buildings and you'll have a culture and you'll collaborate more. So what has to accompany the physical amenities?
Speaking as the talent person, I will say you have to have the right talent in the right roles. That's like job number one.
So employees who are bought off by perks and amenities.
But I will also say, going back, during the pandemic when all of the spaces were being designed and they solicited input from the experts in learning, right? The experts in tech, etc. So it really was designed with the, end user in mind, of which is the associate.
It's all part of a transformation Walmart hopes will help redefine its image. From legacy retail giant to forward-thinking employee.
If the Walmart stores themselves are any reflection of corporate, then I imagine working in corporate is going to be so much better, because now you can play pickleball as long as you get back to work. Because why would you ever leave? We have everything you ever need. You can just go pick your kids up from daycare, or you don't have to. You can just stay here. They'll be taken care of. Don't worry about it.
And I learned a lot about our associates just from Zooming with them. And this space made me realize people really embrace the residential nature of their homes. They like to have comfortable places to occupy.
So tell us a bit about the former home office, which had been the home office for about 50 years?
Oof.
More or less?
Quite a long time, yes.
What were the shortcomings there that guided, you think?
It was probably a little...
This was the older campus. Is this Michael Scott? Yeah, this looks like a prison.
A little less convenient, to interact and connect and collaborate than obviously this new campus is doing.
The old Walmart home office was housed in a former warehouse. There was minimal light and reflected the frugal ethos of.
But you know what's worse than a cubicle farm? When there's no cubicles at all. Not an ounce of privacy. It's just open. Sit where you want. Everyone can stare at you and you can stare at them. But anyways, that's Bentonville, Arkansas, the new Walmart campus. What do you think? Would you live on a company integrated heavily into the actual town you live in? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you have anything you'd like me to showcase on the channel, you can email me, Instagram, Discord, however you'd like to do it. Links for all of that are down in the description. But having said all that, I hope everyone is doing really well, and I'll see you in the next one.